Modern convenience often comes with a hidden cost. One of the more subtle luxuries many drivers enjoy today is the ability to unlock and start their vehicles without ever reaching for a key. It's seamless, it's slick, and it's become standard in many vehicles. But that very convenience may be putting thousands of drivers at risk, and now General Motors is facing a class action lawsuit that alleges it failed to protect customers from a growing wave of high-tech car thefts. Jeremy Burkett, a Texas resident, never thought twice about the keyless entry system on his 2016 GMC Sierra 1500. Like countless others, he appreciated the ease of walking up to his truck, opening the door without fiddling with keys, and driving away without inserting anything into an ignition. But in November 2022, that convenience turned into a nightmare. One morning, Burkett discovered his truck had vanished from his driveway. No broken glass, no triggered alarm, no signs of forced entry, just an empty space where his Sierra used to be. Burkett suspects that thieves used a signal cloning device, one of many now widely available on the black market. These devices can capture the wireless signal emitted by key fobs, especially if the keys are left near an exterior wall or close to a door. Once the signal is captured, the thieves can replicate it and effectively trick the vehicle into thinking the owner is present. That's what likely happened in this case. Burkett had left his keys near the front door, as many people do, and his truck disappeared without a trace. Although his insurance covered the loss, the situation left him shaken. He now owns a 2023 Sierra 1500, still equipped with keyless entry, and he admits to living in constant worry that it could be stolen just as easily. He's also haunted by the idea that whoever took his first truck still knows where he lives. And he's not alone in his concern. The lawsuit he filed has since expanded into a class action, naming a wide range of GM vehicles, including Chevrolet Silverado, Tahoe, Suburban, GMC Sierra, Yukon, Yukon XL, and Cadillac Escalade models built from 2010 onward. The core of the lawsuit alleges that GM has long been aware of how vulnerable its vehicles are to keyless entry theft, and has done nothing meaningful to protect its customers. There's been no safety recall, no software patch, no optional upgrade, nothing. The plaintiffs claim GM's failure to act has left owners vulnerable not just to the financial burden of vehicle theft, but also to the emotional toll and practical fallout that comes with it. There are higher insurance premiums, time-consuming claims processes, deductible payments, and for some, the simple fact that their primary mode of transportation suddenly disappears without warning. And when you consider how central vehicles are to daily life in most of the United States, commutes, school runs, grocery trips, emergencies, the loss is far more disruptive than just financial. The complaint filed in court describes GM's inaction as unfair, deceptive, and/or fraudulent, arguing that the automaker knew about the security flaw but continued to sell vehicles with a vulnerable system anyway. According to the lawsuit, GM has effectively left customers on their own to figure out how to protect their cars, while continuing to profit from sales of the affected models. That, the plaintiffs say, is unacceptable. GM has not yet issued a formal public response to the lawsuit, but the implications of this case could be far-reaching. If the court rules in favor of the plaintiffs, GM could be forced not only to provide compensation but to implement real changes, perhaps in the form of software updates, enhanced security systems, or even physical hardware upgrades for existing vehicles. Until then, many owners are left to rely on DIY solutions. Security experts recommend keeping key fobs away from exterior walls, using metal boxes or Faraday pouches that block wireless signals, and, if possible, parking inside a locked garage. Some drivers have even turned to steering wheel locks or tracking devices as an extra layer of protection. But for a customer who bought into a high-tech vehicle on the promise of safety and innovation, these fixes feel more like band-aids than solutions. What's particularly frustrating for owners is that this issue isn't unique to GM. Car theft via signal relay devices has surged across the US and Europe in recent years, affecting nearly every brand with keyless entry. But some automakers have responded more aggressively, rolling out encrypted signals, motion sensor-enabled fobs, and other anti-theft technologies. According to the lawsuit, GM hasn't kept pace. For many drivers, it's not just about the loss of a vehicle, it's about trust. When someone invests $40,000, $60,000, or more into a truck or SUV, they expect that their vehicle won't just be powerful and convenient, but also secure. And when that trust is broken, it's hard to restore. Jeremy Burkett's story is just one of many, but it echoes a larger fear held by thousands of GM owners who now wonder if their vehicle could be next. As cars become smarter and more connected, the battle between automakers and criminals will only intensify. Every new convenience brings new vulnerabilities, and it's up to the companies building these machines to stay one step ahead. For now, GM finds itself in the spotlight, not for what it built, but for what it allegedly didn't do. And as the case moves forward, the outcome may shape how keyless entry systems are secured, regulated, and supported in the future. In the meantime, vehicle owners are left to take extra steps to safeguard their rides, from parking decisions to tech-savvy accessories. Because while you may love that your car unlocks itself when you approach, it turns out thieves love it even more.